So it's talking about King Joram and how nobody, uh, he was leading Israel astray to the point where when people do evil and do things that are wrong, people do recognize it. And so communities and people under that leadership do recognize it. And so when that does happen, people will take note and they don't honor that person. You know, that person is not honored, especially in death. Um, like I was mentioning, we don't really celebrate people who do evil. We put them in our history books. Well, we have a nice book with that information here, full of wisdom. So let's continue to read. Isaiah, Isaiah, king of Judah. Um, the people of Jerusalem made Ahaziah, Joram's youngest son, king in his place, since the raiders who came with the Arabs into the camp had killed all the older sons. So Ahaziah, son of Jehoram, king of Judah, began to reign. Okay, so I'm going to try to push this a little bit closer to me without messing this up, but I don't know if it's going to work. Okay. um, Isaiah was 22 years old when he became king, and he reigned in Jerusalem 1 year. His mother's name was Athaliah, and granddaughter of Omri. He too walked in the ways of the house of Ahab, for his mother encouraged him in doing wrong. He did evil in the eyes of the Lord, as the house of Ahab had done. For after his father's death, they became his advisors to his undoing. He also followed their counsel when he went with Joram, son of Ahab, king of Israel, to war against Hazael, king of Aram, at Ramoth Gilead. The Arameans wounded Joram, so he returned to Jezreel to recover from the wounds that they had inflicted on him at Ramoth in his battle with Hazael, king of Aram. Then Isaiah, son of Joram, king of Judah, went down to Jezreel to see Joram, son of Ahab, because he had been wounded. Through Isaiah's visit to Joram, God brought about Isaiah's downfall. When Isaiah arrived, he went out with Joram to meet Jehu, son of Nimshi, whom the Lord had anointed to destroy the house of Ahab. Remember, when we read in, I believe it's the book of Kings, I believe it might have been Second Kings, correct me if I'm wrong. Remember, all this happened. So again, this Chronicles, so it's a review of everything. While Jehu was executing judgment on the house of Ahab, he found the princes of Judah and the sons of Isaiah's relatives, who had been attending Isaiah, and he killed them. He then went in search of Isaiah, and his men captured him while he was hiding in Samaria. He was brought to Jehu and put to death. They buried him, for they said he was a son of Jehoshaphat, who sought the Lord with all his heart. So there was no one in the house of Isaiah powerful enough to retain the kingdom. And so basically, he didn't seek the Lord. He didn't seek the Lord's counsel, so this happened to him. Um, let's continue to read. Athaliah and Joash. When Athaliah, the mother of Isaiah, saw that her son was dead, she proceeded to destroy the whole royal family of the house of Judah. But Jehosheba, the daughter of King Joram, took Joash, son of Isaiah, and stole him away from among the royal princes who were about to be murdered, and put him and his nurse in a bedroom, because Jehosheba, um, Sheba, Sheba, the daughter of Jehoiada, was Isaiah's sister. She hid the child with Athaliah, or I keep she hid the child from Athaliah, so she could not kill him. He remained hidden with them at the temple of God for 6 years while Athaliah ruled the land. And so, remember, Athaliah was just an evil person, wicked, did not follow the Lord, wanted to rule. Um, it reminds me of a very current TV program where people, were fighting for rulership. They just wanted to be in authority. They wanted to have the power. And this person, Athaliah, was one of those people, and she was evil. She was conniving, and all she cared about was power and um, in her own um, beliefs. So, and she used those beliefs to oppress people. Think about that. When we talk about the Lord, when we talk about our Savior Jesus, Jesus is about love. So when we do have knowledge, we're not to use that knowledge to one up somebody, feel like we're on top of the world, we're on top of somebody. Jesus, time and time again in the New Testament, said we're to serve, we're to show that love, to encourage people to understand where actual love comes from. And so, not one of us is better than the other. Think about that. We're all made in the Lord's image. And so, we are here to love each other and not oppress each other, or not uh, judge and persecute people how we believe, because then we're holding our own justification and our own pride and arrogance accountable. We're holding ourselves up and doing away with what the Lord has said to tell us. So, what's interesting is this is second take because, and I don't know if there might be a third or a fourth take, but hopefully I can get through it this time. Last time there was some music, but anyways, um, so think about that. What kind of thoughts or feelings come to your mind when we read over this? How does it make you feel, and what does it make you think?